Coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. Set for football now on a rainy Sunday afternoon. And off we go from Soldier Field. This will be fielded at the 6. Oh, he's got some breathing room. He's at the 40. And how about that return as he's all the way inside the 20-yard line.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. Maybe I go out there and try and stop them, but boy, what a tough spot they're in.
A first trip to the red zone for KC. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
They run again with Hunt. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Good job. Too easy.
They don't want to waste this outstanding field position on this opening drive as they come up on 3rd down. Mahomes now to throw. And that is incomplete. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays. You kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
So a nice drive on the road. You come in, you take the ball down, you get 3 points.
Yeah, points are a must on an opening drive, right? So they moved it down efficiently, got it done. I think that bodes well for their chances moving forward in this one.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
First carry now for Jordan Howard. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
on 1st and 10. It's Trubisky. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And oh, his first carry, he loses the football. And I think the Chiefs have it, they do.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
And now here comes Kansas City. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover like that. I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
Play fake there to Hunt. Now Mahomes. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. Gets it on the draw from Mahomes. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll run again with Hunt. And some space here. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Ware takes the give from Mahomes. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
Butker now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in.
He's got him in, complete, 20, 10, touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, 75 yards. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability. And that is how you retaliate after getting scored on one play, big pass downfield, and you hit the end zone.
Almost feels like two boxers just throwing haymakers at each other, doesn't it? One connects with a big one, the other comes right back. Okay, I'll show you. And they attacked right back on the first play of the drive and hit them big.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Leonard Floyd in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack for Mahomes and company.
Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45. Run it.
Here's Mahomes to throw. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And the screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2 as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll start things on 1st with Tariq Cohen. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. On the right side, this is Miller. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a 1st down.
Come on, gotta go, gotta go. You see it, you see it?
On 1st down, Trubisky. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's going to be marked down deep into Kansas City territory.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. These offensive starters still out there in the 2nd quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the 3rd quarter, if not all the way through it.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the 3rd quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the 4th quarter.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
And they've stopped them on the first 2 downs. Obviously, this is an important play coming up here. I think it's more so for the guys on defense because if they stop them here, I think they've set the tone for the entire game, how difficult it's going to be to score on them.
Set up! 180! Hey, 18.
On 3rd and goal, Trubisky. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Danny Trevathan. Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's going to air one out. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And taken at the 46. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. Onto the field now come the Bears. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now? And
got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Taylor Gabriel, 44 yards. And the Bears are in for 6. And with the rules as touchy as they can be, it's so hard to complete a diving catch in the end zone, but he just did it pretty well.
How about him getting his body, his hands, everything underneath and around the football without it hitting the ground and causing some doubt in the minds of the people who have to look at this and possibly review it. What a tremendous effort and a great catch.
Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Mahomes now on 1st down. Kelsey imposing his will. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Looking deep downfield. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 54 yards. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Butker now to kick this one away. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
They'll start with a give to Cohen. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
You see it? You see it?
They go play action with Trubisky. Throw left side complete. That's Burton. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Trubisky finding the former Eagle Burton for the Chicago first. Trubisky now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Let's go. We're on the ball after this. Let's go.
Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to do it.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Hey, 18.
On 2nd down, Trubisky. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Set up. 180. What we got? You see it?
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. He's got a man. It's Mitchell. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. Trubisky will come up here 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now Trubisky on 1st down. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. A good pickup there at 22. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A great play there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bears are in for 6. Now Parkey for the extra point. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to air one out. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. The Chiefs on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. They run with Hunt. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, our starters likely to be out there for the 3rd quarter as we get back underway in this 2nd half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. As we surmise, Charles, most of the starting units still out there for this 3rd quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the 2nd half.
And that's by design. Most of the time by this point of the preseason, you want them to go into the half, cool down, and then come back out and warm up to start the 3rd quarter like you would a regular season game. That's exactly what they wanted to get done.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Gotta go. Move.
Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fielded at the 20. Oh, he shifts past him. A nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. And it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on third down.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Chiefs on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. On play action, it's Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Chiefs are in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Butker now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
Gotta go.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now Trubisky to throw, and the Chiefs are going to get him. Reggie Ragland coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Chicago 1st down, the former Jag Allen Robinson on the catch from Trubisky. Trubisky now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
Lock in.
They go play action here on 1st down. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Allen Bailey in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
You see it?
They'll run it now out of the gun. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. He'll rifle this, and that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to be marked down deep into Kansas City territory. A huge play there for Chicago. 48 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Now it's Hunt. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. They'll run it here with Hunt. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. Now he'll throw deep left side. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. The Chiefs on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd down and 12. A first throw for Henne, the veteran backup. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. This is taken at the 23. Call out a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. Now he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Gone! First throw now for the backup, Allen. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to, you and your brothers, just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves. I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Let's go now.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Butker now to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now. And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward. So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. It's complete. Javon wins the open man. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Leopard! Leopard! No. Check. Patriot! Patriot! Detroit! Detroit! Gone!
Throwing on first down is Allen. And this one is incomplete. Deion Sims is tight end, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball,
and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Allen will try again on second down. Over the middle here to Brown. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First target, first catch, and a first down. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. On first down, Allen. His throw incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Allen again here on second and 10. Left side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Leopard! Detroit!
Now the first carry for Brandon Oliver. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Leopard! We got three.
On second down, here's Allen. Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
All right, now, lucky 56.
On third and long, it's Allen. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Cohen. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Operating from the red zone now. Allen, he's going to take a shot for the end. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Malcolm Mitchell out of the University of Georgia was the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Watch it now, Barney! Watch it now, Barney! Lucky 56! Watch it now, Barney!
Back to the air on second down. It's Allen. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Bears on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 4. And again, it's Allen. And this is going to be incomplete. Daniel Sorensen there on the coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So without making excuses, you have to figure that this rain has had an impact now on both of his missed field goals.
It's one of those situations really difficult to practice for and tough to prepare yourself against. It's just a whole different animal kicking in the rain, and we've really seen him struggle.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he stopped immediately there. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Set. Right 18. Gun. Right 18.
Here's the option going left on second down. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. The Chiefs on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now Henning. Open man is Chesson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
Go!
On third down, here's Williams. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now. He's been terrific so far. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This is taken around the 12. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Allen to throw. And this is complete to Zach Miller. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route, It's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is, because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. To throw is Allen. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Hurry up, here we go. Boom, landed.
Now Allen. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
And this is incomplete. He was looking for Zach Miller as tight end there. And it's second down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Back to throw. Allen. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left. Daniel Sorensen there on the coverage. Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender. But you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. One final try here for Allen. And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
No. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. The clock cannot be stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go on into the locker room and celebrate.
Call it a victory.
Ready. Black 35. Black 35.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Boy, tight game like this, fourth quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, it's Williams. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Soldier Field.